Hi, I am Allison from RadioPotato.com. I'm here with the Grammy-nominated
It's true.
Casey Driessen. He is, did I pronounce that correct?
You did. Very good.
He's an amazing fiddle player, and I'm here at Grocery on the Home, the private venue in Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm so glad that you could sit down with me today. And
Thanks.
I got a few questions for you.
All right.
You're a Berkeley-trained masterful fiddle player. How much of what you do when you perform or when you collaborate is ad-libbed?
I would say that a lot of it is ad-libbed, but it's ad-libbed within structure. You know, like you have arrangements for songs, and that arrangement is generally going to be the same each time, but the exact notes that are played or the exact phrasing that's played each time is, is I guess improvised, if you will. And then there are certain parts of songs that are actually you work in to have just whatever happens happens. But generally, the arrangements have a shape to them, and then within that, there's ad-lib that is worked in.
So I realized when I was looking on your website that you now give video lessons for the I guess it's called fiddle now.
It's the same instrument.
Yes, the same instrument.
There are plenty
for sure.
of jokes about the differences between them, but it's pretty much the same instrument.
Well, what is it like? I don't know. I don't play violin, but as the freedom to be able to ad-lib, to be able to go with that, what is it like to teach it, and then really just the joy of playing violin? How does it come to you?
It's like having a conversation. Is what it is. This is not prescribed what we're going to say to each other. So musically, that's what improvisation is. So that's how I think of it. And in terms of how it feels to do that, it's kind of what I know how to do. So it feels pretty natural.
How long have you been giving lessons?
Giving lessons off and on, I don't know, probably for the last 10 years or so. It's a lot less now that I'm on the road touring a lot more. So I try and teach a couple camps a year, and then these video lessons that I have are a good way for me to still connect with people that are interested, but I'm not available, all the time.
Have you heard of stories of what people have learned, or do they send you videos?
No, I haven't seen any videos back necessarily, but one of the main things people come to talk to me about is a percussive style of fiddling that's kind of referred to as chopping. It's after a mandolin, a bluegrass mandolin chop. So it's this percussive bowing that happens, and I do a lot of that, and people come to me looking for that stuff a lot.
So when you talked about helping or being interactive, it seems like you're really interactive with your fans. You blog a lot, and there are photos that you have taken on there. How important is social media to you, or how active are you in connecting with your fans?
Yeah, I'm never as active as I feel like I should be. It's challenging. It's a lot of work actually to try and stay in touch, and it goes in waves. Sometimes I'm really busy on the road and I can't do anything, and then then I get a little bit of downtime and I'm able to update some stuff. And in regards to the photos, that's kind of my hobby on the road, my way to relax a little bit and kind of see a bit of where I'm at. And if I have the time, I'll take my camera and go walk around, and I see a lot of interesting things, and I like to share them if possible.
Yeah, and when you hear a song come to you, how does it come? Is it a cadence? Is it a sound? How does the song come to you?
It happens at all different times. It might be laying in bed getting ready to go to sleep, and you have a melody and you're trying to figure out, well, do I get up and write this down, or do I trust myself that I will remember it? How tired am I? Can I get out of bed right now to write it down? Sometimes I do. Other times it happens when I'm practicing. I'm working on a certain technique or a certain sound, just something that interests me on the instrument, and then you find that through that practice you find a new melody. And for me, lots of times you get a good phrase, kind of easily. There's like one phrase that comes to you, and then you have to figure, well, what else is going to go with this? And sometimes then that's when the work begins to try and figure out, well, where is this going to go?
Yeah, and you have done some pretty outstanding collaborations with Ben Sollee and Abigail Washburn, as well as Bela Fleck as well. But you also have the Singularity Tour,
right? Which
is insane. Is absolutely insane.
Nice.
The kind of skill and brilliance that you have there. Is there one that you prefer, or one that you find is just so fulfilling?
I love doing all of it, really. I love the collaborations with people because you get unique musical perspectives and thought processes from and friendships, of course, on the road with people. So I love the collaborative aspect, and then I also enjoy the Singularity Tours, using technology and just me being by myself and figuring out ways to use the fiddle to just carry a show. And so that has its challenges and its excitement for those reasons as well. So I like to do a little bit of everything, musically too. I'm playing bluegrass, or I'm playing kind of jazz stuff, or I'm plugging in. I find interest all over the place.
How did you discover the violin/fiddle?
Well, my dad's a banjo player and pedal steel guitar player, so it was around the house I think it started when I was about 5 or 6, and both the banjo and the steel guitar are very heavy instruments, and so for a 6-year-old or a 5-year-old to play that, and also to play the same instrument, have 2 of one instrument at the house, it kind of makes more sense to have 2 different instruments, and so you can play together. And fiddles come in small sizes for kids. And it was just, they started me on it, and I continued.
Did you always want to be a fiddle player, or at what point did you decide, all right, this is what I want to be?
It just it happened naturally. It just evolved into it. I always loved playing. I was playing in, school bands, and I was playing with musicians around town. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to end up doing. It was time to go to college, and I thought I would maybe go get a liberal arts degree and be in a music program at a school. There wasn't like a specific music school. And then I had a relationship that went south, and my girlfriend at the time, or no longer my girlfriend at that time, she was at a school. I thought, why am I going to this school? I don't know if I really want to go there, because was I going there for that reason, or was I going there because I really wanted to go to that school? And then I thought, well, maybe I need to get out of town for a little while, and I need to go to a music school. And so I went and checked out Berklee College of Music, and so it was, all these different things sort of just kind of fed into playing music, and people called for gigs. I kept playing, and it just turned into moving to Nashville, and here I am.
And what's next for you?
Next, next year I'm doing some touring with the Flecktones, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones for the spring. I have a trip to Japan for my first tour over there with a Canadian guitarist named Jordan McConnell. He's from a band called the Ducks. And then there's a Japanese mandolinist named Taro Inoue. So it'll be Japan, Canada, and U.S. represented in this kind of crazy acoustic trio. And then Flecktones, and then I spent time doing the Singularity Tour next year.
That's got to be crazy for you. You must be excited.
I am excited.
And lastly, I always ask this of all the people that I interview, but what are some little known facts about you? Some unique facts.
Unique facts. I like plants.
You like plants?
Yeah, I have a soft spot for plants, and so I have a lot of plants at the house. I like gardening, and I have a plant problem actually. I buy a lot
plant
of plants.
issue.
I have
Plants Anonymous.
Yeah, I have plant issues. I need to go to a support group. No, I was actually thinking about taking up some bonsai. I've got my first couple plants that it's a very slow process. But
You can take that over to Japan.
Well, I thought maybe when I was there I would go and hopefully I really get to see some amazing stuff when I'm there. But it takes so long to make it, have a bonsai, be realized that I figured it'd be a good thing for a guy on tour, because that way I'm not nitpicking over it all the time. I actually have to leave it alone for 2 weeks because I'm gone. So, I don't know, there you go. I like plants.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
I'm excited to sit down with you and
Yeah.
wish you all the best for 2012.
All right, thanks
and
a lot.
beyond.
Yeah. Take care.